Who's ready for an adventure? Morning, day 56. Roy and I are out for a little dawn fish. Had a good sleep last night. It was north wind, which brought cool and a break from the bugs. The wind did die around 1:30. I could actually hear them moving in on me. A quiet hum steadily getting louder. So at that point I hid in my sleeping bag. Still cool enough to allow me to do so, and that was effective. They were not so bad that I couldn't hide from them. And that gave me a good 5.5 hours of sleep, which is about as much as I could possibly ask for. Hard part. There we go. Fish are biting again. That makes me happy. Good eater size. First one of the day. Pike. Took the lure right in the mouth. There we go. Back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. The old crankbait at this particular site is working for me this morning. Managed to get a nice perch to go along with my pike and bass. All I need is a walleye, and I'll have all of my bases covered. And there we are. I have completed the cycle. I've got all 4 major species. There's my walleye, and that is most definitely outside the slot size. And I'm going to keep that, and that will be a nice addition to my lunch. Which is nice, because I was hungry. Now I have fish for the next few meals. And this is nice. This is a very welcome change in the last few days. Just with the good sleep last night, up for the sunrise this morning, out fishing and catching fish. It reminds me of better days, essentially. I'm glad that they're here again. Got something trolling here along the edge of the weed bed and drop off. Ooh, pike. Alright, get over here. And this fish is, again, hooked fairly well, which is always nice. I'm going to eat my words, aren't I? Yeah, now it's just in the corner. Green egg, green egg! Come on. Whoa, not ready yet. How about now? Another fish. That's going to tomorrow's dinner, I think. Roy and I just got in from our morning fish, and my luck has turned around on a dime overnight. I had a good sleep last night, and I had good fishing today. My final total was 2 perch, 2 pike, 1 bass, 1 walleye. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly things can change, so just keep your chin up if you're in a bad situation, stick it out, do the best that you can, and you'll find yourself in a better situation before too long, you can hope. The mussels that I gathered, I'm definitely not going to need that many, but it's one of those things where it's better to have them and not need them than to not have them and wish that you did. So I have no regrets in terms of gathering all those yesterday. They'll just go back from whence they came when I break camp. I set the camera up this morning to catch the sunrise, and it's too bad that I did, because I didn't have it with me. The bald eagles have been very active this morning. There are 2 of them. One has the distinctive coloring of the white tail, white head. The other one I took to be an immature, and I still think it is. But it seems to be the alpha, the dominant between the 2 of them. I watched it chase the mature eagle for a good distance and forced it to drop a fish, and then it snatched it up and flew away. So I don't know, I'm no ornithologist, but that seems interesting to me, that the immature would be the dominant one, unless it's the offspring maybe and they're harassing their parents for food. Could be it. But regardless, that was interesting to watch, and it's too bad I didn't have my camera out. So you'll just have to take my word on it. But now it's time for Roy's walk. He's been looking forward to it all morning. We're going to take the couple bass that I caught last night, head to shore, do the walk, and then clean those up and have them for lunch. What do you smell? Probably something in there. He's usually right when he starts sniffing like that. Well, that was a productive walk. I was able to gather a decent little handful of lily of the valley berries and Indian pipe. So the lily of the valley, I'm going to let that mature and ripen and those will turn red eventually, so I've heard. The Indian pipe I will eat today. The wind's being a real jerk. Just blew me onto shore. I didn't have the energy to fight it. It's around noon and haven't had a proper meal yet today. So I'm switching paddles. Just waited out that little, well, for me, pretty significant gust. And now I'm off again. I'm using this paddle because it has, I don't know the term for it, but it goes less distance in the water. The blade is not as long, so if I get blown up on the rocks, it's more effective in shallower water. So this is a lot more reasonable. There's quite the breeze there for a minute. I just had to do an emergency landing in the lee of the island to wait it out. Well, hello there. Roy always thinks I'm talking to him. Just greeting the camera, Roy. So I am ready for lunch. And boy, is it going to be a delicious lunch. I have a couple of bass, some steamed Indian pipe, some rhizomes, and then I've got some clover tea brewing at the moment. And it's been a little while since I had a good fish meal, so I'm very much looking forward to this. Here's the little one. And that tastes like the good old days. It's been a good day so far. I've had luck with the fishing. I had a good sleep. I've done some gathering, and I've accomplished what I've meant to. And I'm at the end of week 8, and I'm so close to the finish line. Feels good. I'm a happy camper right now. Except the smoke is blowing in my face. Get out of here, smoke. This is a good time as any, and better than most, to do my weekly things I miss, things I don't miss. Things that I miss would include the socialization for sure. Not even necessarily with, well, particularly with friends and family, loved ones. I miss them quite a bit right now, and I'm very much looking forward to getting back, getting in touch with a lot of people, getting to see people, and just spending quality time with those who are important to me. And it really makes me appreciate the people in my life being here. Not even just the specific people in my life, though. I miss general interactions with people on a daily basis. Get a little fish in me here. Yeah, so I miss the socialization for sure. I miss a nice glass of red wine at the end of the day, maybe a coffee with Baileys. What else do I miss? I have a few meals planned for when I get back. I miss having a full stomach for sure. I've lost a good bit of weight. But yeah, I don't miss specific foods as much as I used to at the start. I miss having energy. Definitely miss being an energetic person. Very low energy here, and that's a product of low food and low sleep. Or little food, little sleep. Things that I don't miss would include noise pollution. I like peace and quiet. I like the sounds of nature. When I hear an airplane go by, it's kind of like ruining this for me. But I love the sound of the wind in the trees, the birds, the loons, the bullfrogs. I love the sounds of nature, so I don't miss the sounds of the city. I don't miss the fast-paced life where everything's rush, 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 rush. You gotta do this, gotta do that. Hurry up and finish this job so you can rush off and do the next one. It just feels like everyone's running and running and quickly going nowhere with that sort of a lifestyle. So it's nice to slow things down, appreciate the small things, and just enjoy life. When I was out there fishing, I took a couple breaks where I just laid back, put my paddle across the gunnels, just laid back and enjoyed the sun, enjoyed the sounds, watched the eagles fly, and it was really, really nice. And you don't get that opportunity to just take your time and enjoy life, enjoy nature in the city lifestyle. So take the time. Life is too short to spend rushing around the whole time. Realize that you just need to take the time to enjoy life, to enjoy the small things, to take it all in once in a while. I'm just enjoying life right now. This is going to be a really good meal. Roy is going to get a dentist stick because he's been a really good boy lately. He's always a good boy. He has his deviations, but he's a good dog. I'm happy to have him here with me. I know this has been a very tough 8 weeks for him. Has been for me as well. He has at least had his regular food, but the bugs love him, and he didn't know what he was getting into when we got in the truck in the first place, and he doesn't know we're getting out of it soon. So he's going to be pretty excited when the pickup vehicle rolls up. I'm going to give him that dentist stick. Do you want a dentist stick, Roy? Want that? There's a good boy. He's going to take it over there so I don't steal it on him. He's hoarding his prize. So, I guess that's all there is to say for now. After lunch, I'm going to be getting all of my teas, my mushroom, clothes out to dry, taking advantage of this beautiful weather, and putting my ducks in a row. They're mostly in a row already. I'm sitting pretty nicely right now, and then after that I'll just be down for a nap, sleep away the afternoon, wake up when it's time for dinner. It's not a bad life when days are like this. It's now just a bit after 3 o'clock. Spent some time getting all my ducks in a row. My teas are out to dry, and I'm tired, so I'm ready to go down for a nap, get some sleep. Hopefully I'll get a couple hours, wake up in time to go for a walk, clean the fish, and make some dinner. Oh, hello there. You just caught me at dinner time. Oh no, that's fine. It's perfect timing actually. My food is pretty much ready. I have steamed Indian pipe. I've got some cedar tea steeping as well. It's not my favorite tea, but it's high in vitamin C. It's readily available, and I haven't had it in a while, so I feel like it's a good idea to have once in a while. I've also got the pike and 2 perch from this morning, a few rhizomes, and the mushroom that I gathered a few days ago. And I dried that in the sun for a few days until it was nice and dry, and then I roasted it over the fire. It had a strong flavor to it, stronger than the orange bolete or the blue staining bolete, but I liked it, and if I come across it again, I'll definitely be gathering it and eating more of it. So I have a good meal tonight. I'm really happy with this. Today has been an amazing day. Absolutely amazing, and it's a 180-degree turn from from yesterday, and I believe the few days before that were rough. Yesterday was the turnaround point, actually. Tough conditions, but I made the most of the day. And I feel like this is my reward for it. A beautiful day, a good sleep, and I'm eating well. So I'm quite happy with this. And I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy my dinner. I'm afraid I didn't cook any for you. I wasn't expecting company. I can offer you dog food. Roy and I are heading out for our evening fish. And we are going to head back to where we were this morning and last night because it's been producing. And when the spot is hot, you gotta give it a shot. Fish. This is a nice bass. Wow. It's a chunky one. Whoa, that's a big one. Come on, buddy. This crankbait is doing the trick. Whoa, Jesus. Oh, he jumped right in the boat. Saved me a little trouble. Come on. Come on. No more of that. No, we don't need that. Come on. Ah, that's in my hand. That's in my fucking hand. Yeah, that is barb and all.
This was a predicament. I had a hook buried in my right hand. The lure was also attached to a thrashing fish on one hook and a stringer on the other. That stringer was tied to the boat on one end and to a second thrashing fish at the other end. So my dominant hand was tied to the side of the boat and hooked into two fish. Every time one of those fish moved, it dug the hook painfully deeper into my finger. The sun had already set and the light would soon begin to fade. I'd better get to work.
Got a good hold on the big one, and quite frankly I don't know what to do right now. That is deep in there. Alright, let's get this off the line first of all. It's a nice fish. I'll hold it up for you in a second once I solve this more pressing issue. No. Let's see if I can get that out of there. You, oh, that hurts. I want you
I broke the predicament down into several different components and solved one at a time, simplifying the problem with each step.
The rod is out of the equation. Get that out of here, the fish. Is attached to the stringer. The stringer is just slightly hooked by the same hook that is through my finger. Okay. So now, give this a try. This is some good footage right here. Ow, that hurt. Oh, I bent my nail. Oh dear. Meanwhile, in the other hand, alright, so there we have that, nicely buried in my finger. Fortunately, it's not in the bone, it's only in the soft part. So, that is one thing out of the way. Get these fish out of the equation. That is a nice bass, look at that. 2 fish on the stringer. Stringer on the boat. And this is one of the problems with not having a net. You lose a lot of fish because you're hesitant, and you're hesitant for good reason, because if you try to grab the fish and it thrashes the wrong way, bam! There you have it. And that is a dirty hook. Not a clean hook. So, there are a few ways that you can remove a fish hook.
Since the barb of the hook was buried in the meat of my finger, I decided that the first thing to do was force the hook through to the other side. I could then cut the barb off and pull the hook back out through the original entry wound.
You grab the hook like so, you force it through the skin very carefully. Come on, keep going. All the way through. Toss the barb. There we go. Lures catching everything these days. So, now the barb has been pushed through. Take your pliers and get it in the wire cutter section. Clamp through it. Procedure to do with one hand. Alright, so barb. So clip that. You're gonna cut. That's just how it's gonna be. You're gonna cut through. Come on. Sure you have quality pliers. I'm going to, I have a first aid kit here. I'm going to see if I have my EMT shears in this one or the one back at camp. And I will come back in a second once I figure this out. Alright, so these should be a better tool for the job. Just an awkward angle. The part that really ticks me off is that the bite's good right now and I'm missing it. Harder because I have to work with my left hand as well. Strong friggin' hook. Ow. I want this off the lure. So I've now removed the lure and the hook to attach the two of them. So it takes this out of the equation, simplifies things a little bit, and now I just need to cut this, which is easier said than done apparently. Still a good day. I'm not letting this little doozy put a damper on my day. And that's not a good sign when I'm looking at the shears and they're dented and the hook is not.
I eventually reached the conclusion that my EMT shears were in my first aid kit back at camp, and that these were, in fact, tape scissors. As neither they nor my pliers were up to the task of cutting the barb off the hook, I took a different approach. Using the pliers to bend the hook back and forth repeatedly, I eventually fatigued the metal enough that the end of the hook snapped off, removing the barb. The whole thing felt really nice. After this was done, it was a simple matter of pulling the hook back out through my finger. Alright, so I'm all patched up. My lure has had the treble hook repaired, so it's good to go. And got a couple nice fish on the stringer. Let's take a look at the troublemaker here. Here we go. So those are a couple nice bass. So the bad news, I just missed 45 minutes of quality fishing time. And the fish were biting. The good news, there's a whole night ahead of me. So I'm going to get my line back out there, see if I can catch some fish. Maybe we'll get some walleye, who knows. And what do you know, first cast. I used the old Tilly hat catcher's mitt. It's a real wonder hat, I tell you. And I didn't get hooked this time. So I'm going to be really careful taking that fish off the hook. And it occurs to me, I was really lucky that I was anchored when this happened. Not lucky that the sun was going down, but lucky I was anchored and I didn't have to worry about drifting into rocks or anything like that. So I'm going to put all of my attention on this fish now and try and get it safely onto the stringer. Another cast, another nice bass. So that's 2 casts, 2 bass after my hook incident. And this is making me feel much, much better.